people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. You guys, to start off today with this video, I really just wanted to celebrate with you for a second because it started off as a really rough day for me. I'm going to be really honest and straightforward with you and tell you that I think a couple weeks ago I talked about in a video how I've been over busying myself in order to avoid my problems, and that's kind of continued. That's been a continuous thing for me. And still working on it, but I think that that's just life. Things happen, but they're not just fixed within a week. Yeah, so that's been a process for me. But this morning I woke up just utterly exhausted. I haven't really had space, I think, to rest or time, or allowed myself space or time to rest, but it's kind of just been this big thing where I've been going, surrounding myself by people and not stopping. You guys, the reason I think I've been so exhausted lately is because school, it's been awesome, but it's been a lot of heart healing stuff and digging up a lot of stuff and kind of going through it in a nutshell. And just finished some homework right now where it talked a lot about striving. And I never really thought I had a problem with striving because I didn't really grow up in a religious household, and I didn't do the going to Sunday school thing all the time to get approval and whatnot. And so I never really considered myself as having a hard time when it came to striving. But when I was talking to Jesus about it, I think I got some answers for why I've been feeling so overwhelmed lately. This is weird to admit to the camera right now because I haven't really processed it much with my inner circle of people. I think that I have a tendency to strive for friendships and to strive for community and relationships. And the thing about that is that friendships and relationships and community are all amazing things. They're all blessings. They're all from Jesus, and they're all things that I think better us, and we're created to live within community and relationships. But you guys, I tend to find my identity and self-worth there, and I think I always have. It started when I was a little kid, seeing Disney Channel and wanting relationships to be on the Disney Channel. Ever since then, I just kind of judge myself based on how much I'm doing with friends and how many people I can go connect with at church. And you guys, that's not bad. That's a good thing that I want to do that, but I can't judge myself based on that. The amount of friends that I can connect with does not change the amount of love that God has for me. I love people, I love having people in my life, but there's times when I don't want to be around a lot of people, and I'm learning that that's okay. And there's a giant bug. There's a giant bug sitting right down there, and I don't want it to fly over here. I've been feeling really guilty about times when I'm not around a lot of people, or maybe I don't have the energy to have all the conversations and to socialize, because I thought that if I don't do that, then I'm not as cool, then I'm not as loved. If that's my purpose, to cultivate relationships, then if I'm not doing that 24/7, am I loved? I never thought that deep about it until earlier today, when I was realizing that the reason I'm so exhausted is because I've been straining myself by not letting myself just be. Not letting myself be alone sometimes. Not letting myself maybe say no to going to this event or this party or this something because I feel guilty about it. That's why I'm tired. I don't have to be the bubbly extrovert all the time. I thought I did. I'm still loved regardless. Sometimes I can be a little introverted. Sometimes I need space, and that's okay. That doesn't make me loved any less. I really want to stop striving in community. I think the definition of striving, I don't know what the actual definition is, but I think it's pushing yourself to do something more than is genuine to you, more than is authentic. It's funny how much I have let myself be defined by who's around me. I feel like a broken record sometimes about this. That's okay, you guys. Life's a process. We're actually never gonna arrive. Sorry if that's bad news. We get to keep growing, we get to keep learning, we get to keep finding new places that we get healing in. And when I was resting earlier, I was closing my eyes and I was just listening to worship music. And during that time, I was seeing this picture of me. And there were words written all over my body. Words like used, dirty, worthless, dumb, annoying, a burden. These words were written on my arms and on my legs. You guys, the most incredible thing, I saw Jesus' hand with an eraser, and he started erasing these words off of my body. And he started writing new words on me. Beautiful, loved, special, smart, accepted, incredible, chosen. You guys, that's what happens when we let God identify us. He gets to pick our identity. It's surprising how good it is. It's surprising what happens when we're not scared of God anymore, and when we let him tell us who we are, Because the thing is, I'm just as loved right now in front of this camera talking about Jesus as I was when I was in my rebel Jackie days in high school, when I was partying, when I was drinking, when I was doing drugs. I did some dumb stuff. I made some mistakes. Some of it I'm still a little bit ashamed of when it gets brought up. I don't like it when that stuff gets brought up because it's embarrassing. But honestly, I was just as loved. Literally the same amount because I was already chosen. When Jesus came and he was baptized, God saw him and he said, "He's mine and I am well pleased with him." He didn't do that after Jesus healed all these people. He didn't do that after Jesus went and did his ministry, after he went and served, after he did this or that. He just was because he's his son. Just like I'm loved because I'm his daughter. That's the thing. Like, if I was loved just as much back then as I am right now, then that means there's nothing I could possibly ever do to be loved more. So what am I striving for? This isn't a religion. This isn't something we earn and we work for. This is just something that we have because we're chosen. It's just how it is. And it's really cool. Okay, guys, I love you and I hope that you're having a great week. If you want to support me, if you want to get behind what I'm doing and become a part of the voice that I want to make louder, then you can join my Patreon page. That's going to be a link on the side of the screen there or in the description box below. I'm also in the process of writing a book. So if you join my Patreon page, then you can get the opportunity to get a sneak peek at the first few pages of my book and just give me feedback and be the first person that gets to read any of it. It's really scary to write. It's a memoir of my life and it's really vulnerable. So yeah, I love you guys and I will talk to you next week.